What this does is, one, signal to our enemies and to our allies that we have no understanding of how to protect information security. If you didn't already feel unsafe with Donald Trump as president, if you didn't already feel wildly unsafe from a national security standpoint from all of the idiots in his administration sharing on unsecure messaging apps, secret war plans, this story's not going to make you feel any more safe. Donald Trump on Friday hosted His Excellency Vladimir Putin. We'll get to that. But in my hands, you might be wondering, wow, that's a lot more papers than you normally have in your hands there, Jess. You would be correct. I hold in my hands copies of pages that were left on a printer in the hotel in Alaska where the Trump administration officials stayed. This one, it's giving exact times and meeting places with detailed seating charts. We're going to get to all of this, printed on an unsecure printer and left on the printer when they left for anyone to have had access to, for anyone pre-meeting to have had access to. Listen to this headline from NPR. Government papers found in an Alaskan hotel revealed new details of Trump-Putin summit. Papers with the U.S. State Department markings found Friday morning in the business center of an Alaskan hotel revealed previously undisclosed and potentially sensitive details about the August 15th meeting between President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir V. Putin in Anchorage. 8 pages that appear to have been produced by U.S. staff and left behind accidentally shared precise locations and meeting times of the summit and phone numbers of the United States government employees. Now, there's a whole bunch of questions here. One, we know that Donald Trump has no respect for the classification system of sensitive information. Donald Trump absconded after his presidency with highly sensitive property of the United States government, so sensitive the secrets and documents he stole, that they were not even generally allowed to be described in public. Just loosely, generally, they couldn't be described. The only reason that case didn't go to trial is because he is now president of the United States again, and he scuttled the investigation and the case. The criminal, another set of felonies that Donald Trump was subject to. And now we learn that there's a reason why none of his staff respect the classification system from top secret to secret. Nobody respects any of it because the dear leader does not. There's no example being set. In fact, when someone breaches protocol, when someone endangers the national security posture of the United States, they are rewarded by being able to keep their job. They're considered patriots and heroes. Get a load of some of these details. At around 9 a.m. on Friday, 3 guests at Hotel Captain Cook, a 4-star hotel located 20 minutes from Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Anchorage, where the leaders of the U.S. and Russia convened, found the documents left behind in one of the hotel's public printers. NPR revealed photos of the documents taken by one of the guests, who NPR agreed not to identify because the guest said they feared retaliation. The first page in the printed packet disclosed the sequence of meetings for August 15th, including the specific names of the rooms inside the base in Anchorage where they would take place. It also revealed that Trump intended to give Putin a ceremonial present, quote, POTUS to President Putin. The document states, American bald eagle desk statue. Look, the only surprise here is that Donald Trump didn't try to pawn off his stupid Trump sneakers or his shitty gold Trump watch or something on Vladimir Putin. On Saturday, White House Deputy Press Secretary Anna Kelly dismissed the papers as a multi-page lunch menu and suggested leaving the information on a public printer was not a security breach. The U.S. Department of State did not respond to requests for comment. Pages 2 through 5, of the documents listed the names and phone numbers of 3 U.S. staff members, as well as the names of 13 U.S. and Russian state leaders. The list provided phonetic pronouncers for all the Russian men expected at the summit, including Mr. President Putin. Pages 6 and 7 in the packet described how lunch at the summit would be served and for whom. A menu included in the documents indicated that the luncheon was to be held in honor, and I'm going to show you the pages, just wait, to be held in honor of His Excellency Vladimir Putin. A seating chart shows that Putin and Trump were supposed to sit across from each other during the luncheon. Trump would be flanked by 6 officials: Secretary of State Lil Marco Rubio, Secretary of Defense Gurgle Pete Hegseth, and White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles to his right, and Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent, Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, and Special Envoy for Peace Missions Steve Witkoff to his left. Putin would be seated immediately next to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sergei Lavrov, and his aide to the President for Foreign Policy, Yuri Yushakov. Now, here are some of these pages. Look at this. First of all, look at this with the understanding that, one, the White House staff should not be using public printers, public Wi-Fi networks to be printing sensitive information, even if that information does not come with it a classification of secret or sensitive or whatever. It doesn't have to be top secret nuclear codes for them to act accordingly with White House policies and just an eye on keeping America safe and the participants of this meeting safe. They're broadcasting on a public printer where the meeting would take place, precisely where it would take place, the precise times it would take place, the precise seating charts, the locations in the room where each individual would sit. But look at some of these. Here's page 1 of 7. We'll just as many as we can fit on each screen. I think we can probably fit 3 on each screen, 1 through 3 here. This is precisely the calendar. If you look here, Russian Federation bilateral program with President Trump, and then HE means His Excellency Vladimir Putin, President of the Russian Federation Joint Base Elmendorf Richardson. This is ridiculous. This is dangerous. This is a complete disregarding of measures that we take as a nation, as a diplomatic organization, as a defense organization. After all, we are here. We'll just put the rest of these up as a yammer. We'll throw the menu up alongside, I guess, whatever you decide to do, producer Chris. What this does is, one, signal to our enemies and to our allies that we are completely feckless and ineffectual, that we have no understanding of how to protect information security. Look, it should come as no surprise to anyone that this is the case. This is just the new reality we live in. There's no concern for the highest levels of classification from the top down. This endangers guests of the United States, be they despots, yes they are, be they enemies, yes they are, be they hostile foreign powers that have attacked our democracy literally every election for decades, yes they are, but still we want to offer them to meet with us under the umbrella of the protection of the United States, and these idiots aren't doing it. They endanger you more than they're endangering His Excellency Vladimir Putin. I did videos over the weekend about exactly how I feel about everything that took place, some analysis and commentary there. If you missed that, go back to my Saturday afternoon videos, and you can see there. Anyway, I am befuddled, would not really be doing it justice. I am bothered by this, unsurprised. Of course, I'm unsurprised. But nonetheless, we have an issue on our hands that goes far and above some of the things we're facing domestically, this is a real threat. Look, I know we want to keep our eye on the ball with Donald Trump's secret police. Most of what I'm going to talk about that follows this is about Donald Trump's masked secret police assaulting and denigrating and attacking and humiliating citizens, squelching free speech. We're going to talk about all of that, but this is important too, and we need to keep our eye on it. What do you think? I invite you to this conversation. You can have it in the comments below. We can discuss it all there. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I love and appreciate you very much. I will see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.